seemingly random conversations like that. Because what it does for us, it helps us, one, have a light moment, but secondly, begin to place ourselves in the places we want to be. All right. So today's conversation is value proposition refinement. Our current series is about trying to figure out my camera. Okay, there we go. We've been doing markets. So we mapped the market last month. The month before, we're preparing ourselves as business leaders to take charge of our journey. So right now, what we're doing is we are thinking about positioning. This month, we're actually talking about positioning because when your positioning is right, messaging becomes simple. When messaging is simple, markets respond. So it's time for us to pursue clarity. So today's conversation is all around our value propositions and how to map them. Now, when you've been around me for a while, you know that we like to keep sessions simple. So that is what we are going to do. So who we are the African MSME Collective, and we help African MSME founders build structured, scalable businesses through practical learning, strategic support, and a strong entrepreneurial community. All right, thank you very much. What we are seeking to do is ensure it is structured, scalable, and the lessons are practical. So value proposition refinement is all about getting ourselves to the place where we are not only dominating differently, we are dominating differently because we are clear. Clear beats loud every time, and that's our theme for the whole month. So why does it matter to have a good value proposition? So let's catch a few things. Most of us believe we're properly positioned simply because we're different, but difference is no longer the only thing that makes customers stay with us. Customers respond to value they understand quickly and value that speaks directly to what they need. All right. So if that is how our customers respond, if people hear your offer and ask, why should I care? Or I'm not so sure what you mean, or say that again, your value proposition is unclear. It should be that because we're in crowded markets, you're so clear about what you do, about what value you deliver, and it will make your customers pause and engage instead of moving on. All right. So it's about clarity. Our value proposition is about ensuring that when people hear us, the ones we are speaking to, they will know we are speaking to them and they will jump on immediately or they will ask further questions to ensure that we understand each other fully. So a strong value proposition answers the question, what difference will it make for me? We all say people think in terms of what's in it for me. So understand that that's the exact same way your customers think about you. What is it that your product answers? Remember, we've always said that our role as business owners is to solve a problem that is recurring, that is problematic. I mean, it just drives people nuts and they're willing and able to pay for it. So we are seeking to solve problems as business owners, as whether we work in corporate, in entrepreneurs, we are problem solvers. So we're looking around to see what is it that people need solved and how do we solve it in a way that is absolutely meaningful to them. It has to be absolutely meaningful to them or they don't stay. So a value proposition is not a list of features. It's not a slogan or a tagline. It is not a description of your business or a statement focused on you instead of your customer. If your value proposition is driven by what you think your customer wants, then you have lost the plot. You are already at a disadvantage. What we're working to do is ensure that our value propositions speak to our customers. All right? So it's not a list of features. It's not that we are, then you boom, 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 like when you're talking about a phone, right? No, that's not what it is. A value proposition is a clear explanation of the value a customer receives when they interact with you and your product. That's really what it is. It is a clear expectation of when you buy my shoes or when you buy my food or when you attend our class, this is the outcome that you will experience. That's what your value proposition is. It's the result or improvement your offer creates It's the reason your difference matters. That's really what your value proposition is. So when you're thinking about it, it cannot be you-centered. It has to be customer-centered, because that way, when it is customer-centered, you are then able to ensure that they understand exactly how their lives will be better by putting that little money in your pocket or that big money in your pocket, whichever it is. All right? So it is how you translate your USP into customer relevance. So your USP talks about what makes you different, and that's important. It's important to have a differentiator. Your value proposition is why that difference matters. So it isn't just about the difference, it is in why the difference matters. All right. So when you look at it like that, then it begins to shift a couple of things in your mind. Now, we'll do a quick pathway to this because I want us to actually have conversations at the end. So today I'd like to just zip through a little bit, okay? So, number one, customers do not buy features. So stop publicizing your, your business by features. When we describe what we do, we miss the mark because our customers evaluate what changes for them. We have to move from activity to outcome. We're not the coolest spot in town. We are the best place for you to achieve refreshment and be inspired to continue on your day. We are your fueling point so that after a cup of coffee, you can go for 15 hours. It's about outcomes for them, not for you. And many of us get caught up here because we write all these cool statements that just sound like us. Okay? So instead of saying we do weekly coaching sessions, you offer value by saying structured support that helps founders make better decisions and avoid costly mistakes. You've seen the joke online where on LinkedIn you say, okay, normal people will say I fell. And then on LinkedIn you'll say I was standing on on a surface and I lost traction and unfortunately my body collided with the ground. Both of them say you fell. One just says it a little bit differently. So you have to, we are moving it to places where it speaks to the thing they need. So maybe what their issue is that they've been grappling with how to avoid mistakes because most early stage founders, some may not be terrified, but some are coming from corporate and they've seen all the mistakes. So they're being overly cautious. Okay. So number two, in the value you promise must be very specific. Value promises weaken credibility, vague promises, sorry, weaken credibility when you use phrases like we help businesses grow or we provide innovative solutions, we are top notch, we have high quality products, we are delivering excellent customer service. Everybody's saying that. Everybody is saying that. So in our minds, it sounds like a good thing, but could that be dealing with features as opposed to value for the customer? And if all of you in a line, 5 shops in a line are all saying high quality product, is that what will make you stand out? All of you are high quality product. So why would I come to your shop as opposed to any of the other 4? So, for example, we can say we help, and these I picked a lot in reference to what we do. We could say we help entrepreneurs grow, or we help early stage founders increase repeat sales by building simple customer retention systems. Help you grow versus help you build a customer retention system. Now, for me as a business owner, it may not make sense, but for my early stage founder whose biggest deal is to get clients and stay with clients, that is a big thing. What if it's somebody who's trying to eliminate loss, eliminate waste? How would you position it? You have to speak to the very need of the person on the other side so that when they see early stage founder, that could be me, increase repeat sales, you're not just increasing sales. So this is really helping them upsell and maintain their customers. And how are you doing that? By building simple customer retention system, which means we will sit down, we'll interrogate your whole business end to end, we'll figure out where the gaps are, we'll help you fill the gaps, and then you'll retain your customer. Value must be specific. It must be very specific, all right? Strong value propositions describe clear outcomes, and that level of specificity. You are very specific, they come to you the first time, you truly meet that need, that will help you build trust. But if you're vague, they're gauging you like everybody else. I'll give an example. So on our route, we have two kinds of matatus. I think I've said this before. So there is the one where you pay 100 shillings and you come along the main highway and you could get stuck in traffic. You could be on that road for 1.5 hours. And then there are those guys who get on the expressway. Now, there were specific matatus that were always expressway mats simply because they were nganyas and they didn't want to line up. So what did they do? What did the Kamageras do at the stage? The Kamageras decided that you will be assigned as you come. And if you refuse to go, then you go to the back of the line or you wait or you do something else. Now, if I take the expressway matatu, I will pay 130 shillings. And I will be home, give or take, in 45 to 55 minutes, as opposed to 1.5 plus. Now, there are still people who will not get on an expressway matatu. But what need does it help me do? Even as it is loud, the lights are flashing, it's a very uncomfortable experience for me. There are those who love Ganyas. But what does it do? It gets me home faster, which is more critical to me than silence. I'd rather be in this noisy thing for like 35, 40 minutes and be home than sit and wait for the quiet ones and get home 1.5, 2 hours later. Why? Time is of critical importance to me. All right. So when you're selling to me that experience of Anganya on the expressway, you won't sell it to me because of if you want a short trip. You will be selling it to me based on we will get you home in the quickest time possible so you can continue with part C of your life. That's how I began taking them. Because we used to wait for hours, but now there is a solution. Then they started the same thing in the mornings. So if I'm leaving, say, at 7:05, I can be in town before 8:15 actually. There's a day I got to the bus stop at 7:05. I had a meeting at Radisson at 9. I was there by 8:40 by public means. How? I got the expressway Nganya, Matatu. I got off there at the pay point when they turned left to go into town. From there, I took a boda. If I had taken a cab, it would have cost me maybe 900 bob. Everything, including the boda, cost me, because the thing is 130 and I think the boda was 180. 310 shillings. I was there in less than 45, in about 45 minutes. All right. Now, here's the thing. I could feel oh my goodness, I'm going to be getting off a cab outside a high-end hotel or not care. And I actually didn't care. So then I'm getting off, and it was interesting because sometimes you watch the reactions of the guards. So guards looked at me like, when do you care your your bike? I'm like, eh. And they can't correlate with the person who's getting off the bike, but the bike and that particular matatu speak to my need for effective, efficient transport. For somebody else, image is more important, so they will wait for the bigger Ubers. It's fine. But that particular mode of transport for me, is very specific because it answers a specific question. So what is your audience specifically asking for, and how are you meeting that need? All right? So it must be specific. And customers evaluate value through results. So the questions they're asking themselves is, will this actually solve my problem? Okay. Will it work for somebody like me? Is the result worth the effort or investment? Back to my matatu story. The result is I'll be home faster. I need to get home and be at my desk before 7 before I teach. All right. So is it worth the effort? The effort of sitting in that noisy cacophony? They have sometimes very funny music playing on screen. I mean, there are so many um discomforts in that system, but does it answer my need to get home quickly? Now, you're not trying to make your clients choose through discomfort, but there are certain choices we make out of discomfort. There is a hospital close to us that we would rather not go to because we experienced major discomfort there. So now, in evaluating hospitals, I'm not just looking for cost, I'm looking for bedside manner of the doctors. And the hospitals that start well and then they start giving wonky service. Mimi ni wale, I'll move because I want to be served well. If you're going to a facility where you're not already feeling well, surely good service should be a bare minimum. But we know that many hospitals are not like that. So why is it that people come back? You answer that question and you answer it very well. Okay? So your value proposition must answer these questions clearly, and the clearer the result, the easier the decision. Because what we are working to do is reduce decision-making fatigue for our clients. We want it to be an easy choice to come to us. Once again, let me go beverage. Coca-Cola is an easy choice because we're familiar with it. And if I don't necessarily want Coca-Cola, for me, water, if I'm buying water, Quencher is an easy choice. Why is Quencher an easy choice? Because the price range is just right and it's convenient. Then guess what I found? Carrefour have the same quality, size of water for a significantly lower price. So you can imagine who I now pick. I now pick Carrefour. It's in the same supermarket. So if they don't have their choice, it's called my choice, then I will be picking Quencher. But I have in my ecosystem people who will only pick orange water. Preference. So what is it about orange water that makes them buy it as opposed to just buying plain water? It's a preference issue. Am I able to find it in every location at a fair price on the right kind of shelf? Orange water is on this level of shelf. So yes, it's easy to find. All right. So when you think about it like that, the clearer the result, so that the easier the decision. And that's what we're trying to help our clients do. Make the easiest decisions they can. So if we want easy decisions, then the best value propositions reduce friction. They completely reduce friction, which means we have to understand what would make our customers hesitate. So if the offer is complicated, they'll hesitate. If the benefit is unclear, they'll hesitate. If the outcome feels uncertain or the route to the outcome feels uncertain, they will hesitate. Right? So we must be in the business of ensuring that not only are they clear, but they clearly reduce friction. So a refined proposition simplifies understanding. It's easy to get. And I think the thing you've had me say over and over is clarity and ease, right? When people immediately see the value, you shorten the conversation. You don't have to have this long-winded convo about why you. They're able to quickly see your value and pick the product, make the payment, go test, like, and come back. All right? You guys know my story about my Shea Butter lady. Tick the box right once, the next time it's easier. It's a no-brainer. So this was me today. I was having my nails done and I was telling my nail tech, I like to do sunscreen. So I brought my sunscreen and I gave it to her to apply. She's like, I'm like, yeah, it's cool, right? Like it is smooth. By the end of it, my Shea Butter lady has a new client. It's just trading numbers. I'm like, and then guess what the final clincher was? It's cost effective. It's a quality product, easily accessible, cost effective. What am I doing? I'm so happy with my product. I talk about it to everybody. Value proposition. The quality is guaranteed, but multiple sizes are available. And the value for me is I never have a headache when I get it. So now, like I said earlier, I started with sunscreen and lip balm and a small body butter. I now have my my big body butter. I have my lotion. I have so much stuff. And now I'm telling people, buy. Same thing with my nail tech. I moved to her because my niece moved. Why are we moving? Somebody easily available, high quality staff, does a good job, um, is fits into my schedule and my lifestyle. And when I met her, she was working, but she was moving out to do home visits. So I don't have to leave my house to do my nails. Everything comes to me. Why wouldn't I go back? What has she answered? She has answered the cost conversation. She has answered the efficiency conversation. She has answered rest and ease. I don't have to leave my house. When people immediately understand the value, conversations shorten and decisions accelerate. So here's a quick framework. And this will be one and done. Remember last week it was very similar to this. So we help a very specific audience achieve. Your result is clear so that they can, and the meaningful outcome is mapped. All right. So here's an example. We help service-based founders increase repeat sales so they can stabilize revenue and grow without constantly chasing new customers. So who is a specific audience? Service-based founders. Okay. The clear result, increase repeat sales so they can stabilize revenue and grow without constantly chasing new customers. Many of us know what, or may have heard of what is your customer acquisition cost. How much does it cost you to get a new client? So I watched an amazing video this week. I don't remember the gentleman is called, but he was talking about a restaurant. And he was saying a lot of people do a lot of ads online. He's in the US, and the conversion is about maybe you spend the customer acquisition cost for many people is $1,200. He's a steakhouse. Okay. So you come in the first time. Oh, is it your first time? Absolutely. So red napkin on the table, and they give you a discount on your steak. $8. The steak is $8. So give you a discount on your steak, or actually not charge you for at least one steak, all right? And then they tell you the next time you come, we shall give you a discount on the chicken. So you come the next time, they're like, hey, good to see you, good to see you. Red napkin on the table, everybody else has white, and then they give you chicken as a complimentary. All right. That chicken is already sorted by other bills, so it's not costly to him, all right? But let's say it cost him $5. All right. But then the manager now comes up to you. Oh, it's so good to see you a second time. And you're like, such a nice place. I love it. Excellent. And then he picks a card and writes on the back, free cheesecake at next visit. Please come with this card. So next visit, you show up for your free cheesecake. Another $3. You're already hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. Their food is amazing. Customer service is excellent. But how much have you spent? Because you will come a fourth time if people have had an excellent experience. How much has he spent? $8 for the steak, $5 for the chicken, $3 for the cheesecake. That's $16. But you are now a steady, consistent customer. Whereas the rest of the people are spending $1,200 on marketing, advertising, all those things we're doing. We're jumping through multiple hoops. And what struck me is that what he's done is he's given everybody such a good experience. Why wouldn't we come back? What is his value proposition? What do you think his value proposition is? I'd like to hear from us. What do you think his value proposition should be? Since we don't know what it is, what do you think it should be? Somebody? Come on, let's try, let's try. You can put in the chat, you can raise your hand and we'll see it and give you an opportunity to speak. Come on, guys. What do you think his value proposition should be? Yes, Shiro.
Great eating experience.
Great eating experience. Okay. Now remember, we're doing it in this framework. So try it in this framework. We help. Who?
Oh, we help clients have a variety of dishes at affordable prices.
Okay. That's a little bit vague because if you look at it in reference to what is below, all right, somebody else add. So we help clients have, what was it? Enjoy a variety of food and have a good eating experience. All right. How do we refine that? How do we improve on that? How do we improve on that? There are no perfect answers, guys. So let's not hide. We help customers have a meaningful. We serve customers a variety of excellent foods that gives them a meaningful eating experience. Somebody? Surely. Who is the audience? Who do you think is the audience? Let me see. I've seen something pop up in the chat. We guarantee you an excellent experience every time. Who is you? So let's now dig in. Who is the audience? It is a steak restaurant. So who is the audience?
Steak lovers.
Uh-huh. So the audience is steak lovers, meat lovers, okay? All right. What is what would be the clear result we achieve? Charles, allow me to put off your video. What would be the clear result these steak lovers, meat lovers are looking to achieve? So we help steak lovers enjoy, because you don't have to have the word achieve. You can use enjoy because it's food. I've given a clue. Mm-hmm. Somebody else? Somebody else? Delicious steak, return customers for the restaurant. Mm-hmm. Nice. I like that. So we're making progress. So achievable, the clear result would be so we provide, okay, we help steak lovers enjoy a delicious steak as they enjoy an evening with their friends. That's an option. Very wordy. How do we refine it? We need to refine it a lot more. Use the example at the bottom as a blueprint. Guys, Tondekazi, let's think. So that then when you get back to your business, you know how to do it. I'm trying to translate Pigia Mwili Pole. Ah, that is a good one. Mr. Mukoko, translate Pigia Mwili Pole. Because we also need to translate for Dorothy. The direct translation is they say sorry to your body. That sounds nice. What is the translation for Pigia Mwili Pole? I really like that one. Somebody else, somebody else. A meat lover's haven to dine in delight. Ooh, that is so good. So we are a meat lover's haven where you can dine in delight. Meat lovers in the house. Would that make you go? That is really good. Really, really good. You see, what we're working to do is ensure that it resonates deeply with your audience. And maybe why we're struggling is because we don't necessarily understand. Oh, pigia mwili pole is to treat yourself. Thank you. You see, we have brilliant people in class. So we are a meat lover's haven where you can dine in absolute delight. It's a possibility, but is that outcome measurable? Because for the outcome to be meaningful, it needs to be measurable. You see, here we say stabilize revenue and grow without constantly chasing clients. So sometimes it's more difficult than others, but what I was just trying to demonstrate is we need to do thinking around our value proposition. One of the things we must do is go back and talk to our clients and ask them, how come you still keep coming back? Hmm? What is it that keeps you in this space? And as you listen to the reasons they come back, then those become the things you put in your value proposition framework. And then when you have it, you must test it. Is the audience clear, which is what we're trying to do? Is the result concrete? Is the outcome meaningful and measurable? And if it feels vague, which we have done here, refine it. Remember last time when we were talking about your USP, we said stress test it, pressure test it. And don't stop testing your value proposition until it resonates with your audience, until you know and you see your clarity of those elements, a specific audience, a clear result, and a meaningful outcome. Specific audience, clear result, and a meaningful outcome. All right? So here are some. We offer marketing support for small businesses. That's okay. Sounds pretty cool. How about if we say we help small retail businesses attract more local customers through targeted WhatsApp and location-based campaigns? Right there, you know whether or not that is you. If you are not a small retail business, pass. If you are a small retail business not looking for local customers, pass. Are you seeing how clarity helps? And then we're looking, so small retail, attract more local customers. That is the result through targeted WhatsApp and location-based campaigns. Location-based campaigns means that when we do our ads or we do our publicity, we ring-fence them to be visible in a location, right? Okay, so a second example of that, we provide leadership coaching. We help first-time founders develop decision-making systems that reduce overwhelm and increase strategic focus. So there you can see help first-time founders. So if you're second time, third time, this is not your service provider. Or it could be that you're struggling, you see, I may not be first time, but this developed decision-making systems, maybe that is me. And then you go and you find your growth has been such that you are still not you're still not a big organization. All right? That reduce overwhelm and increase strategic focus. Isn't this what all of us want? We want to be able to focus and plan and be strategic about our businesses. So then this is the person you go to for coaching. All right? So what you're looking to do is to be so clear that when your customer hears about you, they come running. They're like, I heard you said first-time founders, decision making, you have everything I need, and they come. This is an easier conversation. It's a much easier conversation. Much easier. And that's what your value proposition is supposed to do. It's supposed to shorten the decision making and lighten the conversation because of your increased clarity. All right? So if we're going to do that, then we must keep this in mind. This is what I need you to keep in mind when you're going to figure out your own value proposition. If you can screenshot this slide, we help dash audience achieve dash clear result so they can meaningful outcome. Why is that important? That is important because when you can map it like this, it takes time. When you're able to map it like that, even you have clarity about what you're doing. Your conversations become easier. So then maybe I will meet Blessed, and Blessed is a financial, and they'll be like, what do you guys need? Well, our current product helps. Let's go back here. First-time founders develop decision-making systems that reduce overwhelm and increase strategic focus. So then they'll ask you, how do you do that? So when they ask, what do you need? You already know where you need funding for. So we'll be telling Blessed, well, we are running programs. We have met at least 15 businesses who would like to be in the program, but cannot be there. So what we actually need is part sponsorship. Oh, how much is your part sponsorship? Well, we like to give about 50, 60%. So it eases not just conversations for you, but if you're looking for funding, because you're very clear about your interventions. So take some time to actually clarify around your interventions, around your value proposition, and then you will find that you are so much clearer on everything else because this one is done. All right. So in the chat or in the comment section, you can put the number. So choose the statement that best describes your current messaging. My message explains what we do, but not the result it creates. And this is what you're currently doing. Not, I hope some of us have begun working on our propositions, but currently, before your new improved one of today's lesson, which of these is you? My message explains what we do, but not the result it creates. I focus heavily on features rather than outcomes. My value proposition changes depending on who I'm speaking to. My message clearly communicates the results customers achieve. Which of these is you? Number 2. Okay. All right. I would like to see a few more answers. 1, my message explains what we do, but not the result it creates. I focus heavily on features rather than outcomes. My value proposition changes depending on who I'm speaking to. My message clearly communicates the results. And we have a couple of 3s and some 2s. And what I actually realized, when we have multiple audiences, we do have to have multiple value propositions so that when you are speaking to people, they resonate. And this is not to judge anybody, by the way. Half the battle is knowing where we are, because from there we can build. All right. So this says it speaks to your clarity. It speaks to your need to refine things. But the very fact that you're here in this session, you're ahead of the game. You are already working on where you're going. So how are we concluding this? We must identify the primary result our clients, our customers experience. I will check it in a moment, Dorothy. I've seen it. All right. We must translate features into clear outcomes. So whereas it is 1 hour coaching, what is the outcome of the hour? All right. Remove anything that is vague. We don't want vagueness. We don't want excessive repetition. We want clarity. And then you test it in real conversation. Whatever your value proposition is, test it. Go and tell someone, this is who we are and what we do. And they'll be like, and I got that a lot because there are many things I do as Chesubire. So now I'm having to see what is my primary, because what do I do? I help small and growing businesses find stability. So under that, I've got many things. I write devotionals. I lead TikTok live conversations. We do Facebook lives. We are here. So these things are the tools we use to achieve that goal. But what is the overarching goal? And being on the hot seat every week has really helped me clarify a lot of things, because our firm belief as AMCs, we cannot ask you to do something we are not already doing. or in the process of preparing to getting to that place. All right. So clarity improves through use. So take it out, test it. See somebody's expression of that. You're like, okay, we're not quite there. Rewrite it, test it. Rewrite it, test it. And there are some versions you'll write that you'll know, we're not doing that one. We are not doing that one. And then there'll be versions where you're like, yeah, that's it. And when you're at that place of that's it, come back and test again. All right. So a strong USP tells the market why you're different. A strong value proposition tells the market why that difference matters. It explains why your difference matters. All right. So when customers clearly understand the value, shorter conversation, faster decisions, money leaves the bank or the pocket faster. Because clear beats loud every time. Clear beats loud every time. So let's look at what Dorothy has said. We create bespoke interiors for discerning homeowners who value beauty, meaning an exceptional design, transforming residences into timeless living environments. Feedback from the floor. And then, Mr. Mukoko, you come and give your feedback on this one. Thoughts? What does this speak to? Who is the audience? Who is the audience? It is discerning homeowner who value beauty, meaning, and exceptional design. The outcome is transforming residences into timeless living environments. And what is the action? Create bespoke interiors. So this already tells me that the average Joe is not the target market. By the time you use the word bespoke, I already know it is has a good price to it. So if I'm looking for cheap, I'm in the wrong place. But if I'm looking for signature and differentiation, I'm in the right place. All right? Coach Joe, feedback. Are you ready to show your face?
Oh, I'm talking so much. I didn't realize my mic. I was born ready to show my face. So here is my face. I present my face. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Coach Chesubiri, for even reminding us. For us to stand out, we have to show the reason why we stand out. Otherwise, we will just be standing out for the sake of standing out, but we want customers coming to us. So thank you
You
so
won't be
much
standing
for.
out.
No, you will be standing there, but you won't be standing out. You will just be standing. That's the difference. And we would like people to stand out. So thank you everyone for joining the call this evening. Thank you for your participation. And the answers on chat, they've come in fast and furious. I love it.
I want your feedback on Dorothy's submission.
Delicious steak, yes. Delicious steak, return customers for the restaurant. Excellent. Let me go to Dorothy 532. We create bespoke. I also saw bespoke and I was like, okay.
Right?
It stands out. She understands who her target market is. It's not for, you call them average Joes. You know, I'm a Joe and you just say this for not for average Joes.
I'm sorry,
Dorothy,
I didn't
one
mean it
day
like
I shall
that.
be your client. So you see, she's already saying who she's doing it for.
Yes.
And why she's doing it. And you see how she's ended. transforming their residences into timeless living environments. Have you seen that?
Yes, it's something. I already now want to go and see the studio, see how it looks.
Yeah.
If I ask her, can you send me a mood board? I can already.
And then it's not just an home. No wonder it's not for an ordinary Joe. You must value
No.
beauty, meaning,
Yes,
and exceptional design. So this is not
exactly.
for an ordinary Joe. I love that, Dorothy. We love that. Thank you. That's a
Very well
challenge, eh?
done. Very well
Yeah,
done.
Dorothy, I look forward to you designing for me a timeless piece.
I now want to go and see her studio, so I need to buy an air ticket to go and see her studio.
The air ticket shall come.
It is coming. It is present. It is present.
It is present.
So over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Average Joe is happy with the proceedings of the day. I still remain the original Mukoko. Thank you so much, all of us, for participating in today's class webinar, and even sharing your tips, sharing what you're picking from the lesson. So remember, one thing we advise you to do is to keep on practicing so that then it becomes better. Even what is best can be made even better by more practice. So let's keep on doing that. We love feedback. So thank you for being here today. We would really appreciate having your feedback in terms of what we've done well and what we can be able to improve. So for those who have not yet joined our community, the circle, we are sharing the links on chat. Oh, yeah, sharing the link on chat. You can join the community for tips and other details that we share, including offers. We're also looking forward to deepening Q2 in terms of what else the circle can be able to offer you as a member. Remember, we are catalyzing each other to grow in the communities that we have. We empower and inspire each other, so we keep on doing that. Kindly join in. Our Women in Digital Business class is still running, and the offer is still there. Today is the last chance to join. We are doing class 3 tomorrow, right? Yes.
No,
You can
class
join,
two.
and then
Class two.
tomorrow is class 2. It's not
Day
class
one,
3.
that was zero.
Uh,
Day one was a induction,
mm,
onboarding to the portal, those kind of things.
we don't count it as a class. Okay.
No,
You can imagine there's even another class that has been added by Coach Shesubiri. So now you have a chance to join. Investment, Uganda shillings 30,000. No, Uganda shillings 150,000. Kenya shillings 5,000. Pay deposit 30,000 Uganda shillings, and then 1,000 Kenya shillings, and then you will be able to finish the rest in installments of 60, yes, and 2,000. Why does that 2 look like a 20,000 Chesubiri?
sorry, yeah,
Looks
I've
like
just
a
seen
20.
that.
In fact, I thought it was
Two
my
equal
specs, but it is
installments
okay.
of 2,000 each.
2,000. All right.
Mm.
Thank you. So let's join, and you can also share the link with someone you know would benefit from this. And remember, it's open to men and women. This year, we are saying give to gain. So the men can also do the course, and then they can uplift the ladies in their communities. Thank you. Thank you very much to, you want to share the link?
It's technology is doing its thing today.
It's okay. That's why it's technology.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just decides to do its own thing.
Mhm. Okay.
But
As
allow
it
me
has.
to, it is behaving, not a problem. It will behave. Allow me to thank all of us for being on the call this evening, and then thank our team. Thank you, Miss T-Bugs, Mr. Kwe, Miss Mimo, Miss Wamboi, Miss Felicity, Miss Julia, even as we continue growing. Thank you, Coach Miss Chesubire or Miss Coach Chesubire, maybe whichever way it will work. And yeah, thank you all of us for being here. Allow me to thank our sponsors this evening, Shala Global, AFI Solutions, Chana Publishers, Akiko Stories, Haki Integrated Services, Cube Innovation Hub Eldoret, Aura Essentials, Conscious Works Consult, Thai Events, Business Support Africa, Zurich Consulting, nimewacha nani, nimewacha Regroup, and Haki. Thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot thank you enough for gracing our webinars, taking the lessons and learning, observing and watching what we are doing in the online spaces. So keep on tapping into the knowledge and let it work for you. Coach Chesubire, give us a parting shot.
How
And the
many
parting
words?
shot
How many
should
words?
the parting shot should match Dorothy's value proposition. Eh? Hey,
You want me to
this
be
one,
talking bespoke and
this one I
transformative?
have to keep on saying.
Now you're making me go back up to check. What did I say?
No,
What did
no,
I
no, you
say?
don't have to use
Anyway,
bespoke. Do you have a blank check?
I, the thing that comes to mind is we must take the time to position ourselves well. Remember, we are sent into the world to be change makers. So take the time to position yourself well. Don't rush it. Don't get frustrated. If it doesn't work the first time, try again. So take the time to position yourself well. It pays. It does pay. Ask us. It pays. Back to you, sir.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and there you have it. Take time to position yourself well. So step back. If you're feeling like the position has an issue, step back. Take all these lessons that you've gotten. Then figure out where will you stand and why do you want to stand there so that people can see you and you can grow. Transforming you from an average Joe to an exceptional Joe. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good evening. God bless
I'm not
you.
going to
Every
hear
word
the
of
last of that
appreciation
average
that
Joe
you made.
Manenos.
No, no, no. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. You're blessed.
Good evening, everybody. See you again next Tuesday, same time.